New week, new attempt. This time I've changed up the separators for, or the decouplers for the rocket boosters. Today we're going to be trying the radial decoupler because the other radial decoupler kind of like exploded everything. After looking over the footage, it seemed like it was just way too short for the rocket boosters to clear the main engine part thing. So this time we're going to try and separate them a little bit, and I think these have a higher ejection force so that they push away faster. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to work. We might have to like opt in for something bigger. Alright, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's loud. So far so good. Bringing our engine down a little bit. Pretty much let the boosters do most of the work. Okay, let's just see where we're at. The lab is on the opposite side. Throttle up. And we just lost it. Okay. We learned two things there. For one thing, we definitely needed to reinforce, and second of all, yeah, that happened. So I may or may not have to, let's just deploy the chute here. So it looks like we have to reinforce the rocket booster so that they don't push against us, and we may have to either consider other alternatives to those rocket boosters, or we can just if everything else fails, we can just probably remove this SAS module, which is a bit of weight, and just try and attach this fuel pod. I think that's like the only thing we can really do right now. Let's just fast forward this. And watch explosions. I believe we almost made it to the ground before the things actually hit the rocket boosters. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like brain farting a little bit, cause I just woke up and I'm just kind of like like I want to play video games, but it's just like, I don't want to do it right now. And we just lost everything. Alright. Let's recover. I have to admit, we're spending a lot of money on this. Like, this ship costs about 90 to 100 grand per launch. So by failing, we're losing, I think like 50 grand just for the solid rocket boosters alone, and I think a little bit more for the whatchamacallit, the main engine tank and all that. Alright, that is our second attempt. This time I've picked the hydraulic detachment manifolds because, for one thing, they have the ejection force of 450 compared to the 250 and 260 that we're getting from the other decouplers. And also to that, we added a little bit of support on the top so that it doesn't push inward. So when it falls away, it should be able to push outward, and it should not hit us at all. So hopefully this works. Let's just keep forgetting to do this every time. Okay. I have to move that to here, and we're good. Okay. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Throttle down. So far so good. It looks like everything is pretty straight at the moment. So hopefully with these we can actually launch these things as far as we can as we fly. Hopefully they won't hit the tank and explode. If all fails, I'm gonna probably just try and attach something to make this go faster without hitting the main tank. I might consider like having an additional tank and maybe like a really heavy engine down here for lifting, just like one straight rocket. Okay, here we go. Roll up. Throttle out. Looking good. We hit the tank, but it didn't explode this time, so that means we did a pretty good job. Now all we gotta do is throttle up a little bit. Maybe a little too much. Okay. Yeah, I literally woke up and I just started playing Kerbal Space Program. Like, I started figuring out what I did wrong by looking at the previous videos that I still have on my computer and just figuring out, like, what was the main problem and trying to solve it. And so far we've got a good plan going. Besides the fact that we're pushing our engine a little too fast here. Alright, let's speed this up a little bit, since we're under 200. And after not playing for about a week, this game feels really hard. Like last week I was just playing a lot. Now it's just like, I don't know how to play. So far we're looking pretty good. We're definitely maintaining speed, but not for long. And let's throttle up here. Change our trajectory just a little bit. See where our orbit's at. Holy shit. Okay. Maybe that was a little bit too much push. Let's get on the 90 here. Let's just try and push as much as we can. Disconnect. And let's let these do the work. Hopefully having that much height we can actually just slowly work our way in. Set this as target. If we can make it into orbit, that'd be nice. It would save me a lot of time. Disconnect. And engine's on. Hopefully we get this there. Come on. That's pretty much a height record right there. I think that's as far as anything we've launched have taken it. Something, something, brain fart, something, something, brain fart. Brain fart. Okay, let's throttle down here a little bit. Let's try and aim closer to the horizon here. And let's try and just keep it there, maybe. I know we're slowly just like flying away, but gotta maintain an orbit somehow. Yep, that's a height record. And that's gonna be a long way down if we don't make it. Okay, let's aim for maybe a 60 so we can try and burn most of this away. Let's take a 50. Stay with the 50. So I had an apoapsis of almost 700 kilometers. We're gonna see some things. We're gonna be tripping a little bit of balls here. Let's extend our solar panels for safety. I have to admit this is not the most efficient launch, considering that we're pretty much almost to the moon by now. Well, almost. You can touch it with a stick, I guess. Okay, let's fast forward just a little bit, because we're traveling at a really high angle. Look at that. And we're so high up. Look at that. I'm trying to like zoom out so we can actually see the planet, but guess not. Guess that doesn't work. Okay. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna use this to stage. Just ran out of fuel there. Out and out, because we gotta keep this tank full as much as possible. So even with all that, we have just under a tank, under half a tank. Okay, so the plan as now is to get the apoapsis down while getting our periapsis up. So pretty much we're gonna just try and aero brake our way down our orbit until this reaches about maybe 80, hopefully 70, and then bring this about a little bit. And I'll catch you when we get that done. Alright, I think I had enough time waiting. After 3 hours in terms of the mission, which is about, I think maybe 20 minutes, because I've been just fast forwarding. We only reached about 200 kilometers and we're still dropping on our periapsis just a little bit, but in either case I don't want to wait any longer. So what I'm thinking, if we're going to speed this up a little bit by burning on our retrograde, and hopefully with some luck we can actually bring this down a little bit without spending a lot of fuel. Okay, let's do this. Start our burn a little bit. Accelerate a little bit here. A little bit more. A little bit more. Almost there. And I think we'll stop right there because our periapsis is dropping even lower. Okay, so right about here, we're gonna make a maneuver. Hope. Nope, we're going the wrong way. Okay. Okay. First off, let's try and level off a little bit here. Hopefully we can escape this without falling off a little too much. Let's try and burn on our prograde a little bit, just to give us some height. We should have did this a little bit earlier, but okay, that looks fine. But we're still losing a lot of height, so we gotta push this on the other side for height. Okay, that looks good. We are still losing a lot of speed here, so we have to slow down or something. So right about there, let's well commit to our burn. We are not playing it efficient this time. We are definitely wasting fuel. We are definitely losing a lot of time trying to rendezvous. We're just losing time in general here. We made it past our intersect, so that's good, but we're still dropping. Just have to survive for like just enough time here for us to... We may or may not have failed this. Okay. We can still recover. Just have to play it smart here. Just have to play it real smart here. Still fast forwarding because I'm just kind of worried right now that we might miss our target about 4 minutes. Right now we gotta maintain our height, and we gotta just somehow maintain a good orbit here. 70, 50, let's move it over a little bit. 70 and 60, a little bit more. Let's slow it down a little bit here, because we have to make this right. Okay, 65, 70 something. Let's try that. That is 70 and 65. So we're going to pretty much burn a lot here just to get this thing in orbit. Or in a proper orbit anyways. Okay, 70 and 70, I'll take that. Okay. Right now we're not falling off too much. Just have to keep updating this by moving it back and forth so that it adjusts to our current orbit. 70 and 200 by 70, okay. So in about a minute here we're going to make our burn. I have to admit, having that additional SAS module helping us is definitely doing a lot of work right now. But it is wasting a lot of power, I think. I'm not too sure. 25 seconds. Okay, let's make this burn now. And done. Let's delete that. Double check our work here. 70, 71. Oh, sweet. And we're running really low on fuel, so we're gonna have to figure out a plan here. Okay, we're gonna drop our node. Okay, we'll take that. That is gonna be a while, considering that our orbit's pretty much the same. Okay. So that's gonna take us pretty close. And then we might have to burn a little bit. Worst comes to worst, that's gonna be our second station, I guess. Our unmanned station. Yeah, there is no way we're gonna really catch up to that. Okay, what I'm thinking we should do is in about 10 minutes we're gonna go here, even it out, and then on our periapsis I think we're gonna try and burn outwards a little bit. Actually, we can probably do it here. Maybe. Hopefully. Because right now, we pretty much screwed up. Because right now we're pretty much low on fuel. So pretty much we're coming up there with an empty tank right now. Can we get closer to that? Can we get closer to 0? Anywhere. Okay, so it looks like we lost our mark, but I think .1 would be fine for now. And I guess we should push this out just a little bit. And then we're gonna just wait until we're in rendezvous. Alright, we're coming up in about 45 seconds with our next burn here, which would take us in a farther orbit just slightly, just so we can actually either slow down or speed up. Hopefully get one of these to meet up together or something, because I kind of want to get this all together before we run out of fuel. Because I do want a little bit of fuel attached to the tank before we deorbit or whatever we gotta do. I could always divert the rest of my fuel into the tank, but I don't think that's the smartest idea right now. Okay, let's start our burn. And done. Delete. And we're at 70, okay. 77. Okay, let's see what this does for our orbit here. While we're here, coming up where you can adjust just a little bit so that we get a 0 degree node, or whatever that's scientifically called. Okay, stick it right there. And let's see here. What I could do is after this, let's add another maneuver here, just so we can see what's going on. And that should work out, hopefully. Oh, so close. So close. What if I did that, and then we tried to slow down to it? Then again, that's pretty close too. Okay. So we're gonna come up to 4.8 kilometers in an orbit sometime in the future. Which future? I'm not too sure yet. Hopefully we actually do make it. We are running out of fuel a little bit. By a little bit, I mean we got a full tank to deorbit, and then we have that much in our current stage right now, which may or may not help us, considering that we have to technically dock this part to the station. So if we release this, we're pretty much down to this to attach. But I kind of want to attach this and this at the same time. That way we only use one vehicle instead of two. Because sending a lot of rockets up is pretty expensive right now. It takes about 100K per rocket, and each rocket carries a payload of either 50K to maybe just under 20. And it's just like this upper stage, so having this entire thing would make it a little bit easier for us. And start our burn, and done. So we definitely know this is going to take a while, considering how our orbit is. We have to get either the purple one or the orange one together as close as possible. That's the goal here. So it'll take us 2 days and 3 days, okay. It's gonna take us 3 days. And I fucked it up, okay. I'm gonna tinker with this. I'll get back to you once I got something planned out. So in about 3 days, 1 hour, 42 minutes, which is gonna be a fucking long time just to sit here, we are going to intersect at a separation of 0.5 kilometers. I don't know how long I can sit here for, but definitely the rest of the day. And it'll be for next Let's Play, where we're gonna dock this son of a bitch and then go home, hopefully, maybe. Hopefully with some fuel left in the tank, because we definitely need to refuel it. Alright, I'm out. Something, something, brain fart, something, something, brain fart.